Channel Sabadoo. Times Square. We're here. The year
I was walking down the road today, looking for
is coming to a close. Mark Inspires year 6. I'm here, Times Square in it. And you guys know we have a crowd ready to go. We got all kinds of musical acts for you this afternoon. So don't go anywhere, especially when we get into the main attraction. You guys know it's that hot act that keeps breaking it down, breaking the walls down with all that truth, you know, about how bad people are, right? That's the thing that we want to teach everybody, how bad everybody is. Anyway, guys, we're here. It's 2023 for just the last couple minutes. Ball's about to drop. I'm here doing it. Channel 7 News, Mark Pires. Of course, we've completed 5 years straight. Every day, long form, Channel 7 News style. And we're here now. Times Square in it, the ball, they asked me to drop the ball today. I said I'd be happy to do it after the 5-year streak going live. They wanted to pay respect to the Mark Inspire show. And look, I'm down. I've been doing the work, right? So I said, give me the button. I'll push the button. I want to get the button pushed. See the ball drop? It's not really a ball, it's just a bunch of lights that goes, yay, 2024. Guys, could be a good year, right? I don't know, this guy over here. What do you think, sir? Are we looking at a good year, 2024? What do you think? I'm sorry, I can't really hear you over the wheeze. Joanne, she's somewhere in the background, and unfortunately, she's taking over the show with the wheeze again. But guys, 2024 is here. Just a couple hours away. What do you got planned? You got that sweetheart you can give a kiss to right at midnight? Just a couple seconds away, pulling the trigger, pulling on that ball. You know, Mark Pire Channel Sapa News. Guys, when you're here and you're giving it to people straight, you're giving them the news. You're breaking down walls, barriers, you know. We got a lot happened in 2023, couple wars, lots of carnage, you know. People famine, people in the streets, electric cars. I got one of them. Don't get one. I'm just telling you now, they're crap. You know, the thing keeps breaking down. How do we fix it? I don't know, it's a module. Go get that module. And then, oh, is it that module? No one knows what module it is. You're just moduling along, you know? I'm not sure who else is joining us here for the Channel 7 News live from Times Square update on year 6. We just started year 6 in a row today. On December 31st, 2018, Mark Pires went live for the first time, Channel 7 News. Yep. And now we're here 6 years later, the start of the 6th year. Of course, it's 5 years later. Matt Zabrowski's here with a woohoo. He's gonna lift you up a level before we get this party started. Times Square 2023. Look, guys, when you've been at it this long, and this guy over here is reeking. You didn't want to bring any speed stick, huh? By Menon, you need it, you know? Zabrowski! We need a woohoo for Matt Zabrowski, guys. I'm pointing to him. Zabrowski didn't have to make much of a trip today to join us here for the Channel 7 News exclusive, Times Square. You know, Ryan Seacrest couldn't make it this year. They said, Mark, we need you to come down and do it for the Channel 7 News exclusive. Look, I'm doing it. I'll go wherever you want. You guys know we have a series called Where in the World is Mark Inspires? Well, today, Times Square, New Year's Eve, New Year's Day for the Mark Inspire show, year 6. You know, when you do that and you're there 6 years and you just have to toast the champagne. Oh, yes, I'd like to toast another year live daily in order to bring the world a better opportunity to find peace, you know, and a little bit of insanity. Guys, the best stuff in the world has just a touch of insanity in it, you know? You don't want it to be like loosey-goosey. Today on the news, Channel 7 News, when Mark Pires does it, Channel 7 News exclusive. People from all over the world are tuning in. In Russia, yes, I can't wait to get this exclusive. I got to see, where's my vodka? They're drinking vodka, watching the Mark Inspire show, Channel 7 style. You know, I got a call from Channel 5 the other day, and they said, look, we've seen what you've been doing over there on Channel 7 News. interested in joining us here, Channel 5? I said, look, as long as you're not connected, you know, politically with any organization. Of course, I heard the dial tone. After that, they're all politically connected. Just so you know, I can't even find a gig. I'm your Channel 7 News because I'm in Schenectady. When you're in Schenectady and you do it, the exclusive, and you know it's a non-denominational network, they're here giving it to you straight. You know? Hammerlin Jameson is also one of our newscasters. You guys may want to catch up with Hammerlin when he's doing his thing. He's a bit of a drunkard. Last name tells you everything, you know? Hammerlin Jameson. He drinks a bottle at least every 2-3 hours. I've never seen a guy down Jameson like Hammerlin does. It's kind of impressive, to be honest. Look, Channel 7 News, Mark Pires, we're here. It's New Year's Eve. Ryan Seacrest, he has the sieve. He said, look, I can't make it. I got the Covey-Bovey. I said, how many bugaboos did you get? He said, I got 97. Like, so what the freaking heck? You're still out there doing it? You got to get another one? Oh, man. Look, you trust the psyop. I'm science. It's all in the name of science. Look, guys, sometimes you're not a guinea pig. You're doing what you could for grandma. Oh, grandma. You know, you got to make sure she's okay. You know, that's why you do everything. But guys, 2023 has been a doozy. You know, I was here live every single day. Positivity, live songwriting, and comedy. If you are on Clapper right now, my fam and friends on Clapper, you're seeing me on a green screen. And you're like, what in the freaking heck is Mark doing? Channel 7 News. I'm on green screen, Times Square, guys. YouTube, all you gotta do is check it out. Just type in Mark Inspires, and you won't have to smell this guy like I'm smelling him. He's disgusting. You are a pig, sir. You should have washed before you came out to stand on the line. You come stand in front of the line here, wash the ball drop, you smell like that? Gosh almighty. Joanne! Drop my microphone, Joanne. Joanne! Guys, we have to dial up Joanne and see where she is. I can't figure out where Joanne! Joanne, I see you, Joanne, but I can't get... Oh, there you are, Joanne. I see you now. You're hanging out with the crowd. Oh, goodness. You know, every once in a while... Joanne! Got a wheeze? Here? Times Square. Joanne, I'm just going to ask you once. You know, for here, Channel 7 News, Mark Pires. Could you help me pick up my microphone, please? I'm here trying to do a show. Microphone's falling out of my hand. It's over there. I see it. I see it, Joanne. I was just wondering, maybe you could do a little hover. I'll pick it up. Wheezy McGee. You know, guys, sometimes when you need your assistant, your number two, what's that? No, Joanne, don't do a number two here in Times Square. You do a tutor-looter, and then they have to evacuate. Septic City, they call it. It's like a huge, like, front page news story on Channel 7 News. I guess I'm picking it up myself, Joanne. I guess I'm grabbing the microphone myself. I'm picking it up. I'm the one doing it. So I can go, Channel 7 News. Sometimes you gotta do it, you know? It's unfortunate. You do the work. The microphone, sweaty hands. I'm here, Channel 7 News, guys. Channel 7. I'm considering taking that gig at Channel 5, though. You know? I mean, they gave me a good deal, except for the political content. I don't want to go there. I'm not going political here, you know? I'm with Schenectady, because at Schenectady, we give it to you straight. Joanne, I almost dropped my microphone again. Yeah, and you're just there wheezing. You know, guys, 1,826 days in a row of this. You know, what is it? We don't know. It's live improvisation. I'm here, Channel 7 News. I'm at Times Square. Stinky McGee over here, Wheezy McGee over there, and I'm just stuck in the middle. Monkey in the middle. You know, I told you, I'm the monkey with the stupid symbols. Dumb hat. This is what we do here. Gotta live in the moment. That's what I'll leave you with here today, Channel 7 News exclusive. From Mark Pires! You gotta give it to people straight. You know, we're going into a new year, and if you're not giving it to people straight, if you're not lifting them up a level, no, not you, Joanne. Who's gonna lift Joanne up? Yeah, right? Everybody else. You can lift up everybody else with positivity and inspiration, but Joanne, we're leaving you out. You're not even a human. Yeah. Joanne is a non-human entity, classified by NASA. The same people that told you it's a flat, non-rotating disk. We just set it to make it easier to understand. Okay, I guess that. So you can't do the math? You can't do the math on how we're doing flying over a globe at 1,000 miles an hour? You just decide to do it over a flat, non-rotating disk? So it's just easier to figure that, Let's just figure out how the math works on a flat, non-rotating disk, right? And then just apply it to one that's moving at 1,000 miles an hour as a globe, It should work perfectly. Yeah, it should be fantastic. Because water sits in a container and it always goes, Flat Earth Dave came on the show, kind of put me down a wormhole. Channel Savadu's exclusive. Channel Savadu's exclusive. I guess you should explain the math for the idiots, Let's just pretend that we're a flat, non-rotating disk to explain the math. But we're on a globe, we're floating around 1,000 miles an hour, chasing the sun 400,000 miles an hour, corkscrew, the moon, let's not even talk about that, what the moon's doing. No, Joanne, we know we're tidally locked to you. Joanne's like, it's not the moon you're tidally locked to. Tidally locked to your gigantic ridiculousness. Yes, and the wheeze. She reminded me, I forgot about that part. Guys, when you're here trying to do a New Year's celebration, filling in for Ryan Seacrest, who's home with the Cove, he just didn't, he didn't get enough bugaboos, I guess. He should have gotten one more Dr. Weaselfrage. Hey, Dr. Weaselfrage, what do you think I should do this December 31st, 2023? Wear 7,247 masks. If you can't go out Times Square with masks, you shouldn't go out at all. Did you get a bugaboo? Yeah, I did. What did it do? Absolutely nothing. Oh, really? Should I get one? Yeah, absolutely. You should get one immediately. 17, 14, 19, whatever. Get them all. And the masks? Yeah, 7,247 masks. Dr. Weaselfrage approved. Sometimes when you're in it, and you realize that you're part of an entire operation against the people, and you are a voice that speaks the truth within this insanity, they keep you from the world. They don't want Joanne out there influencing people with all that wheeziness. So let's just shut down the Mark Inspire show. Shut it down. Shut it down. Too much truth. 1,825 days in a row of silence. Oh yeah, no, he showed up and put on a fucking awesome show every single day. But we didn't let anybody know about it. That's what we do best, is keep the truth and the voices of truth from the people. Guys, listen. If you want to alter the truth, we got to keep the people that are speaking the truth from the people. You guys know how it works. You can't get by and let the truth come out and then all of your shit, comes to the surface at the same time, because then they're gonna come together. Guys, like divide and conquer, right? You got to get them to hate each other. If they hate each other, right, just stick with me for a second, all right? You get them to hate each other. What's that? Oh, I don't know. Pick something that's like that they're unique, something that's unique to them. Yeah, I know they're all unique. That's the point, guys. We divide them on their uniqueness, okay? What do you got? What? Yeah, no, race is good. We could do that. Yeah, let's pretend that there's white people and black people, and let's just divide them on that. Don't ever let them know that there's one race and that they're all just a shade of that one race, one color. Don't let them know that. If they knew that they were one color, and everybody's just a shade of said single color, it would all be done. The narrative, it dies. You would just have hate, people that are just evil. You wouldn't have hate, it was just hatred. Which we know, in this room, we got it in spades here, right, guys? Look, I'm just spitballing here, as the leader of the NWO, 2024 style. I gotta get it out there. Get it off your chest. And make sure you guys remember, the only way this works is you gotta let them know it's coming without them letting know it's coming, you know? So a couple people get to speak, you smash them, cancel them, just pick anything. Man, it's 48 years ago. You know, you find something from 48 years ago. And you're good, you know? Yeah, you didn't take notes? Joanne, drop the microphone. That time I dropped it on purpose. Joanne, sometimes you gotta drop the mic, you know, when you say the thing that needs to be said. And sometimes you say the silent thing out loud. It just happens to be on the Mark Inspire show. We've been doing that every day since December 31st, 2018. So anyway, if you found me, welcome to the longest running daily variety show on the planet. You just heard nothing but truth for the last 20 minutes, and it is New Year's Eve. I do want to thank you guys for continuing to support me as I show up on a daily. I don't have a script, I never have and never will. If you head to YouTube Clapper, you'll see what this has all been about. There's a New York Times background here. And it's something to go live every day. It's a different thing to go live every day for 5 years in a row. I don't think anybody's ever done this or will ever try to do what I've done so far. Don't know how long I could keep this streak going. But I'd ask if you enjoyed anything I just did, subscribe, turn on the notifications on YouTube, share. This is pure creativity on a daily basis. I don't know what I'm going to do ever, but I do know I'm going to show up and perform for you. I'm going to show up and shut off all of the stuff I told you about that's really going on in order to suppress voices like mine and break down those barriers on a daily and lift you up with something true, something that's happening right now in the moment. So if that's something you could get on board with, share, because I'll be back tomorrow. I'll be back every day until December 31st, 2024. At that point, we'll be somewhere around 2,100 days in a row live. I don't know if we'll ever break through the suppression wall that's been created for me, but I'm just going to keep creating every day, and hopefully you guys enjoy what I do. I do love creating, I really do. I love doing whatever I just did. I don't know what the hell I just did. But sometimes I just let go and just keep going and just let the comedy form, just let the moment take me. I don't really care where it goes. I don't know if there's an ending, but I'm just going to keep going. Definitely didn't intend to stop the bit and just give you a little monologue here at the end, but that's what makes this show special. It is the moment taking place for the last 5 years. What I can say that I'm pretty much 100% about is we've been delivered distraction for the last 5 years every single day. I deliver positivity. It is distraction from all the negativity. So, I mean, I'm delivering something similarly to the other side, but the other side's trying to break you away from your life. And I'm trying to restore it. I'm trying to keep you informed, but also just remind you that there's a little hope left in this world. Even if it's in the form of one guy who shows up every day for the rest of his life. So, 5 years. That's something. Joanne, I guess I'll see you back at the studio, you know? If you could keep the wheeze down, though, you know, while these people are trying to enjoy the ball drop. Just waiting for them to give me the, nod to push on that button. Just so happens to be that button's Joanne's ridiculous nostril over there. Joanne, do you mind if I just give you the old poparoo and the devil nostril? Because we know that's what you got going on over there. Anyway, guys, I guess this is it. New York, Times Square, counting down. We're doing it, Joanne. Wheeze down. The countdown started. I can't hear it. You know, Joanne, it's like when I'm here just trying to get into the end of the show. Guys, I can feel it. Are you done? You just killed that guy behind you. The lady in the babushka, look at her. She's trying to cover her nose. The mask isn't doing a good enough job. Guys, she didn't wear enough. You know, Dr. Weasel Frochi. Gotta make sure you listen to his recommendations, guys. They've been right never. But you know, give them the control over your life. Because of grandma. Gotta make sure you protect them. Again, can't go there, Joanne. You're bringing me back into the insanity of comedy. You make fun of the insanity of the world. It used to be okay to do that. Satire was appreciated until Mark and Pires started a show. And he did the Donald Trump show. Are you kidding me? Sleeps over Joe up there winning big league. You know, you were winning big league. Until you told them, I'm gonna drain the swamp. When you told me you're draining the swamp, that was when it all went downhill for you. What's that, Joanne? No, Joanne, I'm sorry. I can't hear you over the wheeze, but I'm pretty sure you're saying that if he didn't tell his enemy he was coming for them, his enemy wouldn't have been flushing him down the toilet for the last 5 years? Is that what you're saying? Yeah. Now, that's what Joanne's saying, is that you never tell your enemy you're coming for him. I'm gonna drain the swamp. Everybody's in that swamp's like, we gotta get rid of this motherfucker, you know what I mean? Like, what are we talking about? Let's call him a racist, xenophobe. Let's find any footage we can and just cut everything out except for the words, black, China, we're gonna kill the rapists, the racists, you know? And then we just push that narrative every day until we drain him. Guys, just spitballing. Just spitballing here, but I think that'll work. What's Hillary up to? See if she can get a dossier going, you know? She gets the dossier going, you know? Before you know it, 4 years, it's just like legal this, legal that. He's corrupt. He's a racist xenophobe. He's also, guys, can we go with that he's like anti-Jewish people? Can we do that one too? That he's like a bigot and like all that stuff? What's that? No, I know his daughter married a Jewish. Who gives a crap? We could still go with it, you know? Doesn't matter, you know, if he allowed that and then brought that guy into his family, like right-hand man. That doesn't, he's still, you know, bigot. We're going with it, guys. We did it. If you keep pushing it, there's enough low-hanging fruit fucking morons out there, right? That it can be like, yay, I'll hold the sign, you know? Yeah, okay, put it into action. What, you didn't take notes on that one? Joanne, drop the microphone again. Nobody takes notes anymore. I'm spitballing here. I'm spitballing the truth for you guys so we understand the playlist. This is like a Spotify playlist here. We're gonna listen to this one, then we're gonna listen to that one. Take away their freedoms, you know? Boys can be whatever the freaking heck they wanna be, all right? And if you have a problem with it, guys, that's right. You got it. Cancel them. Cancel them. You know, changing truth is cool in 2023. Standing up for the truth, that is a cancelable offense. That's a cancelable offense here, 2023. So we're going with that, okay? And if some jerk named Mark Inspire shows up and says, guys, but I'm phobic of falsehoods. I'm just phobic of falsehoods. I'm phobic of saying, yeah, that's true, when it's not, you know, science and biology and insanity, you know, like these things still exist, right? Right? That guy, we have to keep him from the world. Don't let anybody hear him say that they're just phobic of falsehoods and lies, you know, but I could be, you know, that makes sense actually. You're phobic of pretending things are true that aren't true, and you have a fear of said, you know, thing, right? Guys, don't let him create that phobia in the dictionary because he's working on it right now, all right? Because he thought of it. Nobody else is talking like this. Everybody's like, divide, divide, divide. I think we got to come together and realize you need some help, all right? I got a guy you can call. Dr. McSniffin. That guy will kill it. He'll get right to the base of the problem. Schnick-Schnavin-Schnivens. Right, guys? Everybody that we improvise in the moment has a Schnick-Schnivens in there or something like that. Marty McLavin-Riven, he's a cousin of Schnick-Schnavin-Schnivens. But that guy, I'll tell you, if Freud was around in 2023, right now, what's that? Yeah, he'd be calling Schnick-Schnavin-Schnivens. Right? I mean, you guys are thinking like, oh, Schnick-Schnavin-Schnivens would be calling Freud? No, other way around. Freud would be like, oh, I've got to get this guy on the phone. I don't know how Freud talked. But he'd be calling Schnick-Schnavin-Schnivens. there's one guy who has all the information. I'm just trying to get, you guys got to keep schnick-snav-and-schnibbins from the people as well. Make sure if you see him out there and he's doing a symposium, and he's getting up there, he's talking about what the truth is about the world we live in today. Remember, phobic of lies, phobic of, of falsehoods, one color, shades of said one color. This is bad news. Schnick-snav-and-schnibbins is all over that one. And that is bad news for our agenda, Huh? Yeah, the divide and conquer agenda. You have to repeat the agenda every time I'm in the middle of spitballing. I mean, this is the thing I can't stand about our NWO, Like, I'm here coming up with, I'm dropping gold. I'm dropping gold here, right? And you guys are like, you mean this thing? Yeah, that thing, where it's the only thing we're talking about over here. The divide and conquer thing. Ah, goodness. 2030, it's right around the corner, guys. Right around the corner. We got a lot of work to do if we want to get rid of lots and lots and lots of them, Remember, computers, AI, when everything's automated, just got bodies in the streets, like, what do I do? I'll just shoot up and eat all the food, taking up all of our priceless commodities, right? Guys, that's why we do this, remember, NWO style. When we're in the process of coming up with spitball ideas on the double, Gerald, you should be taking notes. I shouldn't be here just getting all this great wisdom out about the future to take place, because we set the standard here at NWO, Other people are like, oh, we'll talk about it with our government. Government is shit. We're the government, of the world. NWO, just one, guys. I remember that day I told Schwab, I said, Klaus, let me tell you something, all right? If you think you're gonna run the show 2030, you got another thing coming to you, all right? Because I run the show, NWO style. What's that? No, NWA was awesome too, Eazy-E. You got Eazy-E out there doing it? Like, I'd be down if you guys want to do a takeover and bring Eazy-E back from the dead, what Suge did with the AIDS thing, we know. But if you get him back, now we got a posse, right? We're taking over the world. The world tour with the mic in my hand. Everybody's doing it. What? Yeah, no, except all the people we get rid of. Those people are not doing it, But we're doing it. We're running the show. And Klausy, he could play, a small part in the sequel. And there's always that one character who's like, I'm going to take over the world. Like Dr. Evil, I'm taking over the world as Dr. Evil. We could have Klaus Schwab play Dr. Evil, right? Guys, again, just spitballing. Gerald, what the freaking heck? I told you to take the notes. You're there, you have the pen, and you have a pen, and you're not taking notes. Gems, just coming out, Oh, goodness. It's times like this, I wonder why I joined the NWO. I'm expecting an assistant. I should have hired Joanne to be a part of the NWO. What's that? Yeah, I know we'd have to deal with the wheeze too, guys, but at least she'd take the notes. Huh? No, you're right. She doesn't do anything but wheeze. Bad idea on my part, guys. Okay, look, I can't have it winner every time. I can't always deliver gold. My camera just went off. When you're doing this for 30 minutes and you're improvising, and your 30-minute countdown is the camera and a BeatSeat showing up out of nowhere. When you show up and you're there and you're deciding to, you just want to be the street musician, You're like, you know what, I'm going to play here, guys. Smelly, this guy smells like shit. Yep, I got to get his freaking speed stick. He doesn't want to wear a speed stick. It's times like this, I wonder why I didn't bring a case of Speed Stick with me. I knew I was doing the show here in Times Square. This guy over here could use a case on his own, with 6 for each armpit, Buddy, you should have shaved the armpit, sometime in the last decade, because that thing is down to the ground. We saw you trip over it as you came to your spot here on the line. Tripping over your armpit hair. Gosh almighty. That's a new gig. Joanne, I'm starting a new business. 2024 armpit barber. We show up and we give you like a fade. We'll give you like a fro. You want to do a fro? I'll throw it out for you under the arms. But this guy over here, he's dealing with it's disgusting. This is like dyed 70 years later, the hair kept growing type of guy. Down to the floor. Oh, what happened? You tripped on your armpit hair again? You should call Mark Inspires Armpit Solutions by Menon. I got by Menon sponsoring it. You know, that was the day when they called me and said, Mark, we saw what you're doing with the armpit hair. We want in. We want to sponsor it. You do the armpit hair, fade it. You know, you do a fade. You could do like letters into the armpit hair. That's cool. And then you pitch them by Menon at the very end. And then they're taking Speed Stick home with them. It's not a bad idea. So I took the gig. You know, sometimes they make it worth your while. I got 0.002.3 cents for every Speed Stick, you know, antiperspirant version. The regular deodorant ones, they just weren't like, look, nah, we're not going to give you any piece of that. So you guys got to buy the antiperspirant by Menon Speed Stick. I get like, you know, negative cents. I get something in the long term. I sell a couple billion. I made about $10, you know, that's cool though. Like that's bonus money. Yeah, I could spend that on Joanne's trough. We got to keep feeding her somehow, guys. Anyway, I guess that's about as much as I could come up with here, Joanne, in the moment, you know. What's that? No, I know, the ball's about to drop. No, I'm not that old, Joanne. She goes, your balls have dropped. No, Joanne, my balls have not dropped. That didn't happen. We're going to watch the ball drop, though. Channel 7 News. Can I get my microphone back, Joanne? You know, like, I'm here. I need a microphone if you want me to do the Channel 7 News. We're doing a countdown here. Scheniptity. Guys, when you're part of Channel 7 News Scheniptity, and you deliver the feature stories on a daily basis, and everybody the world round is getting on to the community post site just so they can respond and they can give their feedback about how much they appreciate the Mark Inspires Channel 7 News show. What's that? No, Joanne, no one likes you. She goes, and me? No! Nobody likes you in the wheeze. Unbelievable. She's always taking credit for like all of our wins. For every win when I went to Egypt, when I went to Cairo, when I went to the Democratic Republic of Congo, where they're cobalt mining. You got to go back and watch that episode. Southern Border, I never dropped that episode. It was ridiculously funny. Just green screen like this. I got to go back and get that one. Joanne, remember we were talking to several of the, you know, the illegal immigrants that were coming across the border in that scene. I sat with them. I stole their water. It was a good episode. We got to go back and find that one, Joanne. I know it's on my phone in the edit sequence. I just got a little, you know, bogged down with 9,437 other projects. What's that, Joanne? Oh, Joanne, you're a silly goose. She goes, that's a coincidence. That's how many masks I'm wearing today. Joanne, your face is a mask. Gosh almighty, Joanne. I guess we're going to leave the mic on the ground now. What? Oh, fine. She says she wants to do the countdown. Joanne, fine. We'll do the countdown. 10, 9. Hey, Joanne, I really don't give a crap. It's just another year. It's another negative world, right? You exist. You do the countdown. Oh, gosh almighty. No, Joanne, please stop. Please stop. The wheeze is better than you trying to say 10 through, you know, don't worry about it. We're going to let them do it. Seacrest is at home. He's going to push the computerized button right now. Seacrest. Let's do it, buddy. By the way, I just heard in my earpiece monitor, they don't need you next year either. You can stay home. You can get COVID again next year. All right. I got it. Channel 7 News. By Menon. Guys, sometimes you got it. Sometimes you got to get that by Menon product. And if it means that you're wearing Speed Stick home tonight, it's a good day for you. So, let's see if we can get this back on where we were. All righty. I don't know what the hell I just did, but that's the beauty of this show. Live improvisation. Day 1,826 in a row of Mark Inspires. I didn't push notify to all my followers and friends over on Clapper, but I love it when people have no sense of humor at all and they get offended by people joking about truth. You know, oh, how many shots did you get? And you still got cove? But that's not real. That is real. I love when people pretend that they were told the truth for the last 4 years and that they got 9 and they still got cove. I'm like, fucking morons. You know, but like, that's fine. That's the beauty of this country is you can do whatever you want and you can trust the things that are said to you, or you could decide to use your own common sense. Unfortunately, a lot of people lost that ability to find their common sense and the ability to laugh at things that they maybe don't agree with. That's the bigger thing we've lost. So live improvisation can be whatever it can be, but it's got to be something. There is nothing and then there's something. So whether or not someone thinks anything is funny is all subjective. But I can guarantee you if they don't like the content, if they don't like the truth, they're going to hate it. They won't think anything is funny. And that's pathetic, to be honest. I have this philosophy to have a mutual appreciation of each other's feelings and each other's perspectives. You don't have to agree. You don't have to agree at all. But you should appreciate and you should say, okay, I could see the other perspective. I have a hard time seeing the insanity of this world right now and the radical pushing from the left side. It's nuts. And then the people who are moderate, who are just sitting aside and pretending it's not going on, it's freaking mental. Have some backbone in your party and call the idiots idiots and radicals radicals. Don't just pretend, oh, we need the votes. We got to keep power. This country's shit if we continue down this path of changing truth. You can't change truth, guys. It's a division point. That's the whole point of it. It's not. They know it's not true either. They just know we'll divide over it. It's simple, very simple. Pick something that's not true and then let people fight over it. Because the people that know it's not true will stand to their death about it and say, no, you can't make up truths. We've been around here for thousands of years and things don't just change in a week or in a month or in a year just because people feel certain ways. It doesn't work that way. So anyway, right before I went live, I was like, it'd be pretty funny if we did a live from Times Square a bit. So Clapper has no idea because they're seeing a green screen. They don't even know the comedy because they see a guy just talking in front of a green screen. That's why if you spent 2 minutes and looked at the title, My Name is Landon, you would see it says, go to YouTube if you want to see what this is about. I go live so you guys can at least see what's happening and hear it. But if you want to see what the comedy's about, go to YouTube and see. This is a green screen you're seeing. Any smart person would say, I wonder what that is, what's being broadcast on that green screen. What's the title say? Live on YouTube, 1,826 days in a row? Maybe I'll go check that out. Live every day for 1,826 days in a row? But I don't like comedy. I can't laugh because words were spoken. Oh, goodness. So I appreciate you guys here on YouTube. Let me see if I can click over and say hello to you. The show went early today because it's New Year's Eve. I am going to see family in a few minutes. And I'm not sure if there'll be time for a late show. So I just wanted to make sure at least I got on today to keep the beginning of year 6 on track. Remember, if you can, that tomorrow I'm going to try to do something I haven't done yet. I've been going live at 9 a.m., but I don't know if I can get this done. I'm going to see if I can get to sleep early enough to make this happen. I would like to try in 2024 to do the show at 6 a.m. I think it's insane. I hate getting up that early. And I don't know how I could write songs at 6 a.m. like I do in other parts of the day, but it's worth giving it a shot. My thought process on this is I really got to take the day every day and go and destroy it as a real estate agent. That's what I have to focus on because, as people like this have proven, the negative in this world and the people that are so indoctrinated have made it impossible for people with a voice and who are doing something creative to succeed. They wind up putting up these roadblocks and they create hatred for hatred's sake. And it's like, this is the world we live in. So you got to understand, I do my best to not make comedy about the stuff that's divisive.
But I still believe if someone has a problem with me saying that there's one race and one color and we're all just shades of that color, you are the problem, buddy. You are the problem. What we've been told, a huge lie for whoever knows how long. How come when you go to like a paint store, they have this color tone wheel? You can go through, pick colors, you know? Why does it have to be so definitive when it's not even true? Like, I have never seen a white person, and then I've also never seen a black person. I haven't. I mean, this is not even white. This is like off-white. But guys, I'm not freaking white. That's a stupid thing to classify me as a color when this is much whiter than I am, and it's not even white. This is like off-white, and look how white it is. If I was in a color wheel, I'd be like 336. I'd be 333, I would call me, 333. What color are you? 627. Okay, you got a little more melanin. What the fuck? That's all it is. And we become connected, and the bullshit division just falls to the wayside if you could just say the truth, which is that. And if anybody has a problem with that and wants to keep it a world that's divided by color, you are the problem. 1,000%. And if you don't think you're the problem, woof, you're probably the same person who wants to change truth right now. So all I could say is how I feel about things is how I speak. And you could stay and enjoy that, or you can move on, watch something else that tells you what you want to hear, whatever. But I don't have a plan to tell you what you want to hear. I have a plan to tell you what you need to hear. And those who are open to the message are getting that message, and those that are closed-minded will continue to be closed-minded and will be the destruction of this planet. We can't get anywhere if people want to divide. That's it. So my hope, yeah, it's especially with what the market we're going to be going into, Trish. I'm really nervous about that. 3 kids and a wife, so that's why my focus is just going to be on dominating the real estate business, because that's where I can make a living. You know, I've proven after 1,825 days in a row here that I can't do it here. I can't do it for the world. They won't allow it. They won't allow it. And the they is the people who are in charge of the messaging in this world. Anybody who's going to say how they really feel is going to have a hard time. It's not just me, anybody. So they don't want opinion anymore. They want consensus. And I am not a part of the consensus. Sorry. I'm a celebrity impressionist. I make fun of the silly stuff that's going on in the world. And if I see someone who becomes part of a public fixture, then I do an impression of them. Like, I haven't done him yet, but I should do Vivek Ramaswamy, because I think he's saying a lot of interesting things, but he's got that specific way of speaking. When you look at Nikki Haley, he does this. I'm going to listen to him because he's got this very precise way of speaking. And you know what? I'll watch him for a couple minutes today or tomorrow, and I'll do a face swap of him, because I haven't done him. He's kind of in the public eye right now. And I don't know what anybody thinks about this election that's coming up, but I think it's scary. No matter who gets in, it's going to be scary. There's nobody out there that's trying to. I mean, I think that the guy Vivek is saying stuff that's intending to bring people together, but I don't hear like the people who are going to have a chance to win the election saying anything that's going to bring people together. And that scares me. Like, I want young blood, and I want somebody who's going to say, look, I don't care what your beliefs are. We are Americans. Let's get back to that. And then we can worry about the little stuff, you know. But making major things out of little things is what we've been good at the last 4 to 5 years, and it's mental. We've got to get back to the country. Smaller government. We don't need... How many people are employed by the U.S. government right now? It's an insane amount of people. They're doing nothing good for us. And we're paying the bills. They're sending it out of the country to all these different countries, and our kids are the ones who are going to, and our grandkids are the ones who are going to have to pay that debt. So anyway, I think that, yes, there's a lot to be worried about in 2024 because these are just scratching the surface things. You know, you got wars that are really, really ravaging instead of starting to wind down. So we have to make a choice, I guess. We have to make a choice whether or not we want to play the game that they're proposing, which is hate each other, divide, or if we want to say to ourselves, guys, first of all, we need to joke about all this or else we're done. If we can't make comedy about it, if it's going to be that comedy's cancelable because it's speaking about topics that you don't want, that you don't want people to shine the truth on something and make comedy out of it, that's what parody is and what satire is. But we've run into a world where people who create parody and satire are considered domesticists. Like what? Just because they say something that's against your crazy narrative? But that's what's going on. It's the only way you could explain why people are unable to find certain shows, why they're unable to connect with channels that are saying the things that you really want to hear. So there's a mission every day. Just like there's a mission, my mission is to show up every day and put something positive out there. There's a mission from a group every single day to silence as many voices as possible. Pretty certain. And they work for a 3-letter agency. That's the scarier part. It's not like some guy in a room who's like, I hate this guy's point of view. It's like the people that run this country are silencing everybody they can as quick as possible. And it's been going on for years. You guys remember all those YouTube channels that were closed down just because they were saying things that ended up being true? People with millions of subscribers. You know, if you can't ask questions when a world is changing, then the world is telling you a lie. If you can't ask questions when something's being introduced that's never been given to human beings before, then you are being sold a lie. If something that's never been given to any human in the history of time is said to be safe and effective, you're being sold a lie. They don't know. And we know now they didn't know. They actually did know from the very beginning it wasn't going to work, and they just kept going with it. And again, it was more about, I don't know. I'm not sure what the effects are of that thing, but doesn't look positive. Doesn't look like there was a benefit. So what is the benefit, really? I got to say, this is a very interesting thing. I happened to go on Facebook because I posted something short. And somebody, it's December 31st, 2023. And this person wrote, if you go out unmasked in public right now, let me know so I could block you. And I'm like, what world am I living in? 4+ years later, it's been diluted, strain to strain to strain to strain, to wherever the frick it is now. And this person says, if you don't go out by yourself in public with a mask on, I will block you. So I blocked them. I unfriended them. I have no interest in being friends with someone who's a fucking idiot. You're going to block people for not going outside in daylight in public and breathing in God's air because you're still believing some insanity? And I wanted to ask, and I didn't before I blocked, like, how many did you get, and did you get Cove? Almost everybody who says, yeah, I got 9 and then I got Cove 3 times. It's like, what the am I in the Twilight Zone? Something being given as a benefit should keep you from getting said thing, not more. Like, I had friends who were like really sick when they got it. I'm like, but didn't you? And they're like, yeah, no, I was told this and it didn't work out. Like, I was really sick. I felt like shit. And I'm like, man. And then the worst part about it is people who are saying, guys, just give it a little time. You know what I mean? Just let them work out the kinks. Don't be the first one in line, you know? Canceled. Kept from the world. And then you fast forward and it's still around. This person also said, it's up 53%. I'm like, but you all got protected. What are we talking about? Everybody's protected, but then it's the I'm like, oh my goodness. It's the problem is, like, I see so many lies. And then I'm like, guys, do you really not want me to say anything about it? You really want me to pretend that this is okay? You want me to pretend that she could be a zebra? I just can't do it. I just can't do it. I've said, I'm famous for saying, I want people to be happy. I want them to do what makes them happy. I want them to be with whoever makes them happy. But they can't go and speak to everybody else in the world and tell them to change their reality to fit the personal reality. You're unique. You can do whatever you want. Don't ask the world to change because you have a thought process. It doesn't work that way. Even if there's a group that starts to form, 100 people, 200, 300, 500 people, doesn't change society. You can't go and change society. Just go and be you. Go and enjoy your life. Go and do whatever it is you want. Be with whoever it is you want to be with. Stay away from kids. Let kids figure things out. That, I think everybody should be on board with that. I'm blown away that people are like, no, you should let kids hear about sex and first grade, second grade, third grade bullshit. Like, what is wrong with you? No child should be confused more than they're already confused. That's the truth. Anyway, I got to get going. Sorry to go there. But guys, like I said, I can't look at the elephant in the room and pretend it's not there. I got to at least keep it straight. And if that means that people are going to say, oh, I don't like this guy because he said something I don't like. I'm not saying anything offensive. I'm saying facts. I love everybody. I want everybody to be themselves and be with whoever they want to be with. Allow everybody else to do what they want and be with whoever they want to be with as well. We're not going out and changing the way society sees truth. That doesn't work. The truth is you could do and be with whoever you want. That's the truth. Go do it. I love you for it. So, especially going into a new year, we have to be more tolerant of insanity. We have to understand that we're living in a world that's breeding insanity, that's allowing insanity to get views. And it's important for us to step back and say what's right and what's wrong. I think this is an attempt to extinguish God from all of our lives. And that word God can mean anything to you, but to lose faith and to lose your connection to the Creator is the ultimate goal. Therefore, I will be back intending to connect you to that Creator, just by saying things that are real, writing songs that are in the moment, and hopefully making you laugh from time to time, Times Square style. Oh, goodness. So, let me say goodnight to you, or good day to you, and Happy New Year's. I will see you next year. Let's see where we are. Can I refresh here? All right, there we go. Andrea O'Neill, so good to see you. I got Modoc Roughstock in the house. Pamela Swan, Renee Woods, Verte, Schumann, Resonances with Verte. Verte, we got to have a conversation still. I had something, they said that the Egyptian pyramid, it resonates at 432 hertz, which they said again is that connects to the earth in some manner. And again, I'm writing music every night at 432, so we got to talk about that more because I know you said there's more to that. Sig Sauer, my brother, the guy who got us started off, guys. Mark Wages would never have shared this show if Sig Sauer didn't first go and champion this program. So thank you, Sig. You rock, my brother. Love Sig Sauer. Awesome guy. Trish Killian in the house. You rock. So good to see you. Thank you so much for all the support over the last couple of years. Unbelievable. We're here 6 years in a row. Started today, guys. Mark, how are you over here on Clapper? CW, Essick, good to see you. Spencer Grundy and Romano. How you doing, my friend? I appreciate you guys. I am from Connecticut. So tomorrow morning I intend to be live, hopefully, at 6 a.m. I don't know if I'll be able to do it. If I don't, it'll be 8:30 or 9 like I've been doing. And I intend to get onto that early morning idea because this is an inspiration and positivity show, and I feel like that should be the very first thing you get. And then you could watch it throughout the day, but it's there right, bright, and early, you know? So if you can, head over to YouTube and subscribe. Mark Inspires. We started this December 31st, 2018. Exactly 5 years ago today. Whew, I just got shivers. We make our way towards year 6 in a row. We're there. I will see you next December 31st, 2024, as we prepare for year 7. Until tomorrow morning, fam. That's not working. This is the Mark and Spire Show. Happy New Year. You got to go away. In the books, started off year 6. Have a great day, a great New Year's Eve. I will be dropping more content for you. I just don't think I'll be live again. See you tomorrow. Happy New Year!